So the Lord had gave me this dream before he gave me the message about him dimming the light. So in this dream, it was a regular day, right? And then all of a sudden, the sun gets extremely close to the earth. Really close, as in like we can touch it. We all start panicking because we're like, we're all going to burn alive because there's no way we can live with the sun this close to us. Shortly realized that we weren't dead and began to question, what was really going on. People began to realize that the government lied to us about the sun. They told us it was a big ball of fire and lava, yet here we are, super close to the sun, and we're not dead. There was a great rebellion against the government. All the conspiracy theorists were like, I told you so, and yada, yada, yada. Now, here was the real problem. Not only did the sun get extremely close to the earth, but the sun was dimming. The sun was going out, the light was going out. Now people had another type of panic. They're like, how are we going to grow crops? How are we going to live in the dark? What about our health? What about our mental health? There's no way we can survive in complete and total darkness. And I'm like, yo, it's okay. We have the true light, which is Jesus Christ. Even in the midst of darkness, we're going to be okay. Of course, they weren't trying to hear that. So here comes the government, and they're like, hey, y'all, we got this one-way train that's going to the center of the earth that has a sun and an ecosystem that's completely identical to the one we have up here. And remember, I told you everybody was like, screw the government because they lied to us about the sun. Well, that completely changed when they realized that the government was their only way of getting out of complete and total darkness. There were three things you had to have and get in order to be on this train. There was some type of pill or mark that you had to take before you got on the train. You had to be in 100% perfect health. You couldn't have no allergies. You couldn't even sneeze. And you had to buy a ticket. The tickets were like as much as a car. They were like $25,000. People were selling their homes and their cars to buy this ticket. Really were being homeless for a time in order to get on this train. People were isolating themselves from their family so they couldn't come in contact with germs. All of a sudden, everybody was a complete germ freak. People were trying to convince me to buy tickets to the train, and I'm like, I'm not getting on there. They didn't show us no pictures, no proof of anything. How do they even know about this place? While all this is happening, the sun is getting darker and darker. Each day, it looks like a sunset. Like you go to sleep, it's a sunset. You wake up, it's a sunset for like a week straight. It was so pretty, but also very sad because we knew like this is going to be the last time we see sun for a very, very long time. So the day comes that people start loading up on this train, right? So many people are loading up on this train. It was very much so giving Holocaust. It was giving death camp. It was giving deception. Like people like me were in the crowd crying for these people, even though they were so happy to leave. We knew the government was lying, something was off, and that these people was really not going where they said they was going. And when that train pulled off, that was the last day of sunlight. And we enjoyed the rest of our time outside, and then everything went pitch black.